Okay, I just want to preface this. Watching all of this footage back, this is not a typical MagFest vlog, and it is not indicative of what MagFest is actually like. It's not a sort of point and shoot um, at anything that was interesting. It really isn't. This is a lot of me talking, and to be honest, it's a lot of me talking about like the downsides. So it's definitely not like an indication of how Magfest was. Um, it's just that I just want to give that heads up because it doesn't represent how Magfest was. Magfest was great. Had a lot of fun. Loved meeting people. Loved continuing to hang out with people I already knew. It was great. It was a great time. Um, but I wanted to do a little preface because this is not like it's not a representation of Magfest. It's just some thoughts that I had that I tend to record because I'm weird. I don't know. um, so just keep that in mind. There are a couple of parts that are decent, but you will absolutely find some Magfest better represented by probably Tim's vlog and the various Twitter posts going on. So yeah, just wanted to throw that out there. Next year, I'm going to work on making it a more uh, cheerful escapade. But thanks.
MagFest 2020. Here we come. Here we go. You know, the fucking Happy New Year. What? Well, there it is. We're back. Doesn't feel like it's been a year already, man. I'm telling you what. It just doesn't. Alright, it's kind of chill out here. Let me go. Man, you'll never see those streets this empty until Sunday night, man. Being here on day zero is kind of bizarre because, like, there's a lot of people here, but there's not a lot of people here. It's like, you can actually get a seat in the lobby. You can get a seat somewhere. You can, the atrium is, there's no one in it, but like, there's a lot of people here, and it will never be that clear again, man. So this is a rare sight. It's a rare sight indeed, but you know what? Super cool. Finally, man. Finally. I feel like it's become tradition to sort of do one of these vlogs, and I feel like it usually happens on day one. Or, I don't know, maybe it was day two. I did the one last year, but that was the thing. Um, but yeah, man. Every year I kind of have the same complaint, and that's like, you gotta take breaks. Like, you get people overload and shit, and it's like, it's not fun. Um, and it's just like, that's where I'm at right now. Like, I'm kind of debating trying to go to sleep because I didn't sleep very well last night. I just never do when I travel, which is shit. And I would love for that to not be a thing anymore, but I guess that would involve me traveling more. Um, but yeah, I mean, we're here on the seventh floor of the Gaylord, and I'm taking a break at the moment. I think I ate something like bad at fucking at dinner, because like, man, my stomach has been like doing tumble salts, and I mean more than just usual. So I'm kind of like just trying to recover from that, and really hoping it's not like, you know, something bigger than that. All the mirrors in this place, they really want you to see yourself. That's the thing. Um, but yeah, I mean, it always sucks because you want to spend as much time with people as possible, but you like in a place like this you can't. You know what I mean? It's just such a jolt from regular life, I think, that it's like your body, your mind doesn't know how to handle all this stuff. You know what I mean? Like it just like, I never do this. This is never part of my routine. This is like, it's once a year. I'm surprised that, given that this is the eighth time I've done this, like, you know, my body hasn't figured out that there is every so often that I do this. You know. But it's like I still do that. I still get that feeling of like I've seen far too many people today. I feel like warm and I feel woozy, and it's just like, ooh, you know. And I really think it has to do with the fact that I'm away from home for once, you know, for once in an entire freaking year. Um, you know, I'm away from home. I'm in a place with a crap ton of people that I'm not used to. You know, it is like, as fun as it is, it's a difficult situation. Like it really, like it is. It takes its toll on you because it's not what you're used to. And for someone like me who really doesn't mix up what they're used to a whole lot, it's like, you know, it makes it difficult. Um, but yeah, I mean, the other thing that frustrates me about MagFest every year is that everyone has their big, like clique. Like I don't know, clique is kind of a derogatory word, so it's hard to like, say that and have it not be derogatory. But like everyone has like their kind of clique where everybody knows everybody and everybody's like happy to see, like everyone has friends. And then there's me, where it's like even the people that know my group, like they'll say hi to the group, like everyone in it but me. And it's like I laugh it off because I don't make a big deal out of myself, But I wish I would a little bit, you know what I mean? Like I really wish I would learn to just be like, hey, and I'm Funk. You may have seen me around because, I mean, anyone that goes to Tim's stream should know the name at least. I mean, I don't know, but like, I don't know. It's that's difficult too because it's like, it's frustrating to be in a place with thousands of people who you share a common interest with, yet you still feel like you can't talk to any of them. And it's that, like, that's not true either because most people here are perfectly friendly. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. It's a struggle. It really is. It's just like, how do I rationalize that? I don't know. It's a struggle for me personally. I don't know. I guess because people don't naturally gravitate toward me. And I guess it would be kind of nice if they did to some degree, but maybe not too much. I mean, I wouldn't know if I'd want to be like bombarded. Oh, we haven't stopped in this mirror yet. Oh, I don't know if I would want to be like bombarded by people, but like, I don't know. It's always a tough thing because, you want to have this big group of friends and you want people to be excited to see you because that's a good feeling. Like it really is. And it's like, man, it's like, I don't know. I guess I don't want to like hang out like with the same people all the time, but at the same time, it's the only time of the year I get to see them. That's why it's like, it still feels like high stakes in a way, like when you come to MagFest, like it really does. It feels like, because you got to cram it all in, It's like I've only got so much time with these people. I want to make the most of it. I don't want to be here pacing back and forth in my room wondering if I'm going to have to run to the bathroom again. It's like the one time of year you don't want that to happen, and here you go. It's also the time of, it's also the time when like it's most likely to happen because, you're doing weird things, and trying new things like food-wise. Like the whole reason I, am having some issues tonight is because, we went to a different place and tried something that was made differently than I was like. I got a crispy chicken sandwich, and that sounds like the safest thing on the planet. And you would think it was, but it wasn't. I don't know. I really think it had to do with that sandwich though, because I bit into it like the first time, and there was something just off about it. Like there was just something I didn't like about it. And I think that's what it was. So hopefully it just kind of wears off and we're back to normal soon. Again, I really kind of want to go to sleep, just like go to bed. I mean, if you gotta sit out an evening to make the rest of the time good, it's like, then that's what you gotta do, man. Oh, man. Looking down on the ever constant line of Ubers and Lyfts taking people to and from the Gaylord. Oh, man. But yeah, I mean, that's just the frustrations of MagFest. Like, it's not all fun and games. Like, people get to see the pictures of, like, all the smiling, happy people and friends and good times, but it's like, it can't be 100% that. By design, almost. It can't be 100% that. And that sucks. And that's a terrible feeling. But, that's how it goes. Yeah, well. And like now, I guess I gotta press on. I don't know, I guess it would be different if people were here, but, I guess I could do whatever I wanted, but, I always like to think of the long term. Like, yeah, I mean, I guess I could go downstairs now, but it's like, I would be anxious. But in a way, I guess that's letting the anxiety win, though. Because if you're anxious about how you would, react, to being down there, then, I mean, that's letting it win. That's not really, you're not really changing anything about it. I look pretty good today, even though I've broken down most of my outfit. I mean, I was a quit today. I had my freaking switch bag and my my Mithra necklace and the pins on my green shirt. I was decked out. Oh man. But yeah, I mean, that's just the trouble with it. So I don't know, but it's day one. Crap, the other thing is that when you do stay here and when you do day zero, it's like MagFest is long. And that's good because it's more to do, but in a way it's long. It's like, man, I've done a day and a half of this. I'm already tired. And there's still Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Well, maybe what it means is that on Sunday I'll be ready to leave, And that would actually be kind of nice because a lot of the time it's like I'm not ready to leave. I'm not ready to let this end. But I think this year I'm going to be a little bit more lenient on it. I think this year, by the time Sunday gets here, I'll be like, all right, yeah, let's book it. Which isn't a bad thing. Again, it's just how it is. I don't know. I always feel like I have a lot of thoughts like this during MagFest, and it's a part of a con that no one ever talks about. Because everyone's just like, oh, it was so good. But then it's like there's moments like this where you're pacing around in your room with a stomach ache and just being like, oh man, MagFest is great, but life goes on all the while. Even as you forget what day it is, man, January 1st was day 0, January 2nd was day 1. How confusing is that? It's very confusing. Anyways, I'll probably post this at a later date. But I don't know. I'm trying to take videos and pictures. Don't get so close. You know that's not great, man. But yeah. That's the truth. That's the behind the scenes of MagFest. I don't know what I'm talking about. May God have mercy on your soul if you eat something that makes you want to fucking... it's just unlucky. It's life. But it sucks more. Look. I guess my point is, the bad things suck more when you're at MagFest. People are out there having a good time, and I'm in here. I wanted to come up with something really good, but you know what I'm going to say. You know. I don't have to describe that in graphic detail, I don't think. So, alright, this should have ended a minute ago. You'll see more of me. Or maybe you won't. He's gonna lose it, isn't he? His face right now is killing me. good score. You know, I don't get tired of this view. Saturday morning. You can kind of see, I mean, not on my phone, but you can kind of see, like, DC and the foggy over the Yonder River. It's just nice. It's just nice. There's not a whole lot of people around. I mean, there's plenty, but there's not a whole lot. Tim's dollar is still there. You know, same old shit. It's so nice. It's just nice. I love hotels. Beds could use some work, but I love hotels.
Like that?
I don't really need to be filming this because like everyone is, but goddamn, this is human ingenuity at its finest.
I don't know, it's good though.
You probably can't hear it, but they're Colossus roaring in the streets now. They've set the Colossus free. Free into the world to cause havoc and chaos. Honestly, I'm just impressed with the lungs on some of these people because it's echoing all the way throughout National Harbor. It's like that part in Bullet in the Bible by Green Day, where they do the end of Jesus of Suburbia, where Billy Joe just goes home, and then they all go home. Yeah, they're Colossus ring in the streets now. It's pretty great. Man, is this all the way zoomed in? Really? Don't be. There we go. It's the freaking end of the last day of MagFest, like hardcore. It's the atrium at night without all the crazy people in it, although there are still some around. It's just like interesting to see people like still in cosplays and whatnot. But I guess sometimes it's just the skin you wear. You know, it's like I can imagine it's a bit empowering to like look like the character and be the character, and that's like a relief for some people, so you want to stretch it out as long as it can go, man. But yeah, this is it. It's getting quiet in here. So many memories, man. And it's like now, after last year, it's like all these places like mean a little bit more because it's like this is what I built in Minecraft. The armor shop, and over there's our storage unit. And then up there's over there's the little bakery, which Diana's version is better than, and then the, what do we call it? The National Ass Time is right there, and my version is not better than that. And then up there's the gazebo. So it doesn't really work as a full map, but you know, you can definitely feel the suggestion. I'm just trying to decide whether to leave tonight or leave by daylight tomorrow. It's a hard decision to make. It's hard to pull the trigger. You know, when do the good times start to overstay their welcome? You know? I don't know. Well, it's also my last day of being 27, so I survived the 27 club. That's a thing that happened. But yeah. Coming to an end. I mean, it's over. This is the postscript, the epilogue. I'm usually not around for this part. I'm usually gone by now, but, you know. Oops. I don't know if this will be the last time I talk about it. Probably not. I'll probably do a shot of the Gaylord as I leave it. But, yep. It's the atrium. The ceiling. I don't know. It's like people to look at you funny, you know. And of course this view, again, because why not? Because it's fucking beautiful and I cannot get enough of it. And now I'm feeling kind of sentimental because, you know, I'm thinking about it, it's January the 5th. And previously we were like down there. If it were 365 days ago, we would be probably, at this point still at dinner, but a couple hours from now, we would be sitting down there. We would have ice cream with Adrisaurus and Insane Marine music, which was awesome. And then we waited for midnight. Oh, okay, getting choked up. And this is the view that I had when I turned 27. When the clock struck 12. This is where I was. With friends, and I don't know. It'd be remiss of me to say I'm not disappointed. That's not how it's happening this year. But, that's not how life is. But yeah, it's just something that hit me like a ton of bricks, memory-wise. I don't know. It's such a weird feeling to be here after the fact. Like, it really is. I almost feel like it's a bad thing. Like, oh man, now you're just like filling the air with melancholy, and maybe that's a good reason for me to go ahead and leave and drive back tonight. You know? I don't know. I feel like I got more to say. I'll probably do like another half of the vlog where I just sort of review MagFest when it's done, when I'm home. I'll certainly have some time to kill tomorrow. And Tuesday, for that matter. And then I'll want to be off more, despite everything else. But I don't know. It's like you have so many thoughts, and it's like you want to cram all the memories in. You're going to remember it while it's still fresh before you start forgetting them. Because, God, memories are fleeting. Never think about the things you may have forgotten. Like, never try. Because, boy, if you realize just how much you have, it sucks, man. I wish I could hold all the memories, you know? And just keep replay every moment that I want to replay, you know? But just as you have to have, dark for the light to shine brighter, I guess you have to, that's really all I have to say about that. I don't know. God, shut up, stop rambling, and go home. What is that from? Is that from The Force Awakens? Does Maz tell Rey to go home? She doesn't tell Rey to go home because she's trying to convince her to not go home. So that doesn't make any sense, man. It just doesn't make any sense. But she says it. I can hear it in her voice. I don't know. That's a weird thing. Lighthearted mood. We're cool. I did surprisingly well with most of my goodbyes today. I'll explain that too. Yeah, fuck it. Let's explain it right now because there's a fucking fountain show going on down there. So last year, what made MagFest difficult and what made leaving MagFest difficult and what made all those people going home and getting further and further away from me, okay, don't think about that, was that last year was the first year where I felt like I had a squad and I didn't know how to handle it. And, I almost felt like I had a romance, too. And I didn't know how to handle those things. And this year, I do. I've accepted it. I'm part of that squad. People want to see me. It's like, it's not that unfathomable anymore. So it's, And this year, it's like, it's a little bit easier to let go because, you find that no matter what happens, you get to be with those people again. And it feels unstoppable. It feels like there's nothing that can stop that from being a good time. And God, is that reassuring in a world where it's like, you don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. Anyways, yeah, save it for the freaking post when you're home, dude. But who can resist this view? How many times have I said that? Stop saying it. Sign off. Some pretty decent opera singing over there. So, if anyone was ever thinking about doing the last day at MagFest and staying and leaving the next morning,
I would recommend against it, actually. I'm doing this just because this is the effect it has on me. When you get to choose when you leave, this is the agony of living close and getting to do that. When you get to choose when you leave, you know, you never want to. In previous years, I've had Jake tell me when it's time to leave, you know, because he was the one driving. So, you know, and this year I stayed an extra night and all that stuff, and you know, that's sort of where we are, you know. And now I'm standing here, and you know, I have the day off today, I have the day off tomorrow, and I could just stand here until the time is spent and nothing will happen. But it's such a weird thing having to say to myself, you know, there's nothing left for you here. I think that staying the extra day really puts into perspective that MagFest is an event. It is an event held by a place that does other things once the event is over. And after that point, it ceases to be MagFest and becomes sort of the Gaylord National Hotel. Here, let's... Alright, Twy, I'm going to accomplish your dream for you here. Let me move over here, see if this helps, actually. Okay, alright. So we can see the sign, and all I have to do is be very careful. Oh shit, we are zoomed in way too much for this. I can do it. Jesus, come on. Hang on. Let's zoom out. And now that is going to be the gay. Also Tim. Also Tiny Tim. There he is. There he goes. Walking out of my life. See him doing the super eye patch wolf. But yeah, no, it's the weirdest thing saying, you have to go. You have to leave now. It's time to go. And it's like, yeah, no, I don't. I live an hour away. I can go anytime I want. I can continue to stand here and be a fake Irishman. You know, so it's so weird. So yeah, I recommend against that. I should have went home last night and sort of cried it out with everyone else. But at least now I get to go home and cry while there's no one at my house. So bonus. I don't know. It's a bit hard to tell. But yes, it's time to go. Oh, it is time to go because if I don't get down there in 12 minutes, they're going to charge me more for parking. And I still have to spend 10 minutes crying in my car, probably, because that's what I do when I leave places. Yeah, good talk. Don't ever stay the second day. Don't be me. Catch your flight. Do it. Happy New Year. Let's all be friends. Everything I said last year, let's do it again this year. Well, let's do it this year because it never happened last year. We'll talk about that in part 2 of my MagFest vlog, where I will reflect on MagFest as I am wont to do. So yes, alright. Bye. Mind the shut up, Damon.
Well, howdy, partner. What the fuck? Hey, you know what I don't understand? This toilet flushes twice every time. Why you do that? Why you do that? Rack!